Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Lyney Listener by me, so let's get into it. Lyney never thought that he would have to bring a +1 to a party, and to be dared by Lynette, and to actually get a partner by then. And that's why he met you, since you also seem to need a fake boyfriend, and your goals aligned. So, what's your name? I'm Ryan. Pleased to meet you, Lyney. I've heard about you from a friend. I see. Well, it may be a little bit awkward at first, but really just consider it a friendship. I'll try. Anyway, this is very important, but we have to know how we're going to tell our story. Our story? What do you mean? Like a cover story. You know how we met? We both have to have the same account, because if we don't, then it's going to be a little bit obvious. I see. Well, I understand. Well, how about we just say we met at a library? A library? Well, I don't go there that much. How about this? We met at a birthday party of a mutual friend that we had. You say, and Lindy's eyes light up. And so it began, with you two having a proper cover story and becoming closer friends than you predicted. He was a fun guy, and you were actually enjoying his company, and he enjoyed yours. So there wasn't any negative to this. In fact, a part of him started to get used to you a little bit too much. And he felt like he was panicking because he was starting to like this. And sometimes he even started cuddling or acting like you were dating in front of others, even when you didn't have to. Oh, my boyfriend's over there. Look at him, isn't he so beautiful? You say to one of your friends, even though she was not supposed to know about this at all, and you totally didn't have to act like this, but you were enjoying it. And Lyney, he enjoyed this part a little bit too much, because the next thing he did was leave his spot, and then wrap an arm around your waist, pressing a soft kiss to your cheek and making you blush. And so the encounters continued, and there were a lot more random than you realized. And you wanted to show him off more often, just like how he wanted to be more affectionate with you. And of course, whenever it felt like it was getting too real, you always made sure to remind yourselves this was just a pretend, and you were getting into the act. After all, it couldn't be your first time doing all of this acting during the actual show, right? You had to actually have done some things before you were put into the spot. And that's how you justified it. In the same way Lyney did as well. It was an easy excuse, one that you could easily believe. But it did not actually change a single thing about the truth. And the truth was, you wanted each other more than you realized. And it became painfully obvious during the final day of your pretend dating. You were finally at the party and meeting his siblings for the first time. And little did he know, his father would also be there. Or Lucino. He did not see it coming, but it made him a lot more nervous later on. But now, as you sat with Lynette and Fremine, you could only wonder why they had chosen this for him. So I hear that you and my brother were actually dating for longer than he told me. Well, why did he hide it? Lynette said, eyeing you suspiciously, and you laughed softly, taking his hand and squeezing it. Oh, he was just nervous, you know. Don't worry about it. But with the way you acted so close together, she couldn't actually doubt it. Fremine, on the other hand, oh, he was totally innocent. He actually did not care much about this there that they told him to do. He was mostly occupied by whatever daydreaming he was doing. Not that it was a bad thing, but truthfully, Lynette thought that there was a better time for that. Not that she objected that much. She couldn't really get herself to care. But after she was done scrutinizing you and your fake boyfriend Lyney, she actually let you go. Or she would have if Arlecchino did not sit down on the table, greeting you too. Oh, so you're the one that my children told me about. I see. Well, I'm pleased to meet you, Ion. You know, I don't usually see any of Lenny's friends, and he's never had a partner before. So I am glad that you're his first. You look really happy together. Am I correct? Oh, you are. Certainly. You say. And he even just goes as far as to kiss you on the cheek in front of them. And even though you did it before, it felt a little bit more intimate, doing that in front of his father, in front of his family. And it made this feel a lot more real, even though it shouldn't. Not at all. And you desperately hoped it was. Of course I am. I'm really happy with our father. There's nothing to worry about. I trust Wyan. And Wyan's been an amazing partner for me. And I actually feel thankful for Lynette, that she drove me to find a partner. I'm glad that I have Wyan now, he said, and you could feel just the slightest of sorrow in his voice. Meanwhile, he was happy to be able to do this with you, but sad that you might leave him as soon as it's over. And little did he know that Lynette had actually read through your entire act. And that's why she told Arlecchino to come, because she knew he was meeting you. She's been stalking him for a while now. She knew about you, she knew about the whole fake boyfriend thing, and she thought that having Arlecchino would seal the whole deal. It will be a lot more serious when father is involved, she said. And it was, after all, because then, at the end of the meeting, she shook your hand and smiled. I'll want to see you soon, maybe at a tea party. A proper family gathering. You're one of us now, are you not? Oh, of course. I would like that, you say, nervous and blushing. Because why was his father taking things a lot too serious? But then, Lyney actually nodded and told you. I would love for that to happen. Actually, Ryan said that we should meet her parents too. And that's how it continued on. The act. Or so it would have. Because as soon as you were alone, he held your hands and looked into your eyes. Ryan, you don't have to do any of this. If you want to just break up with me, it could be easier. I'm sorry she asked that of you. If you just don't want to meet my father, we could call it off. I promise. Lyney, can I be honest with you for a second? Actually, not just a second, but I love you. I want you to be my boyfriend. For real. And of course, there were no words that were capable of describing the happiness in his heart. So all he could do in that moment was wrap his arms around you and lean in for your first kiss as true partners.